Hey guys, you're on Viewsta channel, an SMM panel that helps to promote your social media profiles. My name is Diana and today we're focusing on which sounds and footages you can use on YouTube, what Content ID is, what is Creative Commons, and everything related to adding songs, footages, and sounds to your video. In a big number of countries, when a person or a community creates a unique product, it is usually licensed and copyrighted as well. Which subjects can be copyrighted? It can be TV shows, movies, music, articles, books, advertisements, posters, games, computer software, and so on. However, note that such things as facts and even ideas can't be included in this list. YouTube users should upload videos that they made or authorized to use, meaning that without authorizations, users should not upload video content which they don't own. So let's first focus on what our Content ID works and what to take into account when you face it. Content ID is the system created by Google in 2007 that can easily recognize copyrighted content on YouTube. Created content, in terms of YouTube video material that a user uploads on, goes through a scanning process. If you're a content owner and your material has a copyright, users who created a particular material gets a chance to actually decide what will happen to it, if it will be used by other users on the platform. When there is a match in an uploaded video in the database with a copyrighted material, Content ID takes place. To be precise, the video that received a match gets a Content ID claim. Note that this match is done automatically by the system when something in one video matches the other one. The owners of the material are able to block, monetize, and track. What does it mean? The owner can block the whole video from being viewed, they can monetize the video when their material is used, and they can actually run advertisement campaigns and even share the profit of the ad with the person who uploaded the video. We've found some criteria that will help you to understand how Content ID works can be revealed or whether you have a copyright. It is clear that to have Content ID, you have to have exclusive material. Here's some of the content that is not considered to be exclusive. For example, remixes and mashups, gameplays and trailers, unlicensed music videos, recordings of different performances. When Content ID is approved to have a copyright, the owner has to complete the agreement that states that the owner's material is an exclusive one and needs to be used by reference. Let's first have a quick look at who can be called a copyright owner. It can be a movie studio, a particular website, an artist, even a record label, or a television network. In a couple of words, anyone who has rights to manage the content. We've discussed what Content ID is, the owners of the material and copyright owners. But what happens when your video gets claimed? If you want to see who claimed your video, you can easily look this up in YouTube Studio and find out more information about the owner. All you need to do is choose Content from the left menu and click on Copyright Claims and see details. Remember that you can get claims from more than just one copyright owner that will be considered with collective right management. For example, songwriters and composers' material used in different regions and countries. When you receive a claim, YouTube won't mediate this dispute between you and the owner of the content who made the claim. You have to do this with the owner yourself. What YouTube has to do in this situation is to remove the material that was uploaded and received a valid claim. It even can be taken to the court or you can dispute it. So upload a video that uses licensed material properly. In order to do so, you need to ask for permission to post content that has copyright material. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't provide you with examples with the URL addresses of the channel which first licensed a particular content, so you will have to do this by yourself. In this case, we advise you to not be afraid and reach a person who has rights directly. For instance, you can do that via their channel. If your content was used without your permission, you can claim it. Now let's turn to copyright strike. Copyright takedowns are defined by law, and if you received such strike, it means that the owner requested a takedown of your content. In this case, YouTube has to take down the video because of the copyright law. But remember that a single video can have one copyright strike. It might influence your monetization ability. According to YouTube, you get a first copyright strike as a warning, but if you get 3 strikes, they have rights to close all of your accounts. If you upload the video on your channel, it will be deleted automatically. And what is more important, you won't be able to create new channels, so you can see how important it is. Don't forget that Content ID claims and copyright strikes are different. Content ID claims don't result in strikes. Here, the uploader of the content and the owner of work have to solve the problem between them. As you remember, YouTube doesn't mediate this kind of disputes. Taking down an account is a very serious action. You're eligible for a 7-day courtesy period if you're a member of the YouTube Partner Program. So you will have 7 more days to take action before YouTube disables your account after you receive 3 copyright strikes. How can you resolve the copyright strike? First way to deal with the problem is to wait for it to expire. It will expire after 90 days, and if it's the first one for you, you will get to complete a copyright school. The second way is to get retraction. Just get in touch with the person who made a claim and ask for the direct retraction. And the last option is to submit counter notification, which you can do if you think that your content was taken down by a mistake. You might have also heard about Creative Commons. What is that actually? A lot of artists that make music distribute their works for free with Creative Commons license, and so you can use that material for free as well. These are licenses for creators that allow them to give permission to other people to use their content, and creators are able to mark their videos with CC, meaning Creative Commons, and retain copyright. Make sure that the content that you want to license is 100% original. Creative Commons makes it possible for both individuals and companies to license and copyright their content. With Creative Commons licenses, you will retain your copyright and attribute your authorship. Bear in mind that licenses apply worldwide and last as long as a work has copyright. Using the services of this organization, you have full control of your original work that you can allow others to copy, distribute, and use in their personal purposes. You can find more content licensed with CC, for example on Flickr, Jamendo albums, and even in multimedia on Wikipedia. If you decide to copyright your content with Creative Commons, you're going to answer some questions and then we'll choose the best license for your material. The first question you will get is whether you want to allow commercial use of your work, and the following one, whether you want to allow any derivative works. As a user of someone else's copyrighted work, you have to always attribute the person or a company that originally created the licensed content. You have to get permission from the creator to use their material and so link and indicate the license. Now let's talk about where you can actually find tracks and sound effects for your content. YouTube has a library of free music and different sound effects. You will also get to read all necessary terms. We want to inform you that also if you upload a cover song, again, make sure that you have permission from a songwriter or, for example, a music publisher. To find a track in YouTube library, you should enter a track title or the article, or you can use filters to find track by the genre, mood, its title, duration in seconds, and so on. You can also sort your search using the same filters by clicking their column names. With the star icon that you will see next to the track title, you can save it for later and continue looking for more tracks. If you're done browsing, you can open the Starred Lab and see the tracks that you favored. As we stated above, you can not only find tracks and music in YouTube library, but also here you can search for relevant sound effects. You can do it the same way you did with looking for tracks. Here all you have to do is to enter a track name, maybe a keyword. You're also able to find particular sound effects by categories or their duration in seconds. So how can you play and download audio? If you need to sample a track, click on the button play. If you want to download the track, you can proceed and click on download, and you will get an MP3 profile right away. We mentioned how copyrighted material works with Creative Commons. So if you see that the certain track or any other work that you want to use has CC sign, you have to give credits in your video's description. How can you do that? For that, you need to sign into your YouTube Studio, then click on Audio Library on the left menu and find the track you want to use. When you see the sign of CC, click on it and copy the attribution text to the window that will appear right away and add it to your video description. But if you don't want to give attribution to the music, use the filter bar and select Attribution Not Required, and you're good. So what about music and even footages that there's no need to give credits to? There are official websites that help videomakers find sound effects, tracks, and video footages that they can use without crediting them. For example, you can consider opting for Artlist, Epidemic Sound, Envato, and their projects like Envato Elements and Envato Market. The interface of these web pages is similar. On Artlist, you can find footage, sound effects, and music. You can start a free trial, or you can choose to pay monthly for the services and get a chance to experience unlimited downloads, music, and sound effects. Their services are used by Google, Netflix, IKEA, Nike, and so on. And the next one is Epidemic Sound. As well as Artlist, they offer a free trial and full version. When you get full access, you're able to use over 35,000 tracks and over 90,000 sound effects. Also, you get unlimited downloads. They have royalty-free music and sound effects, however, they don't offer video footage. The next website is Envato and its projects, Envato Market and Envato Elements. You can have an opportunity to stock video templates, music, sound effects, graphics and graphic templates, photos, web templates, and so on. Notably, each item that I've listed has its own category and filters inside, like for example, genre, length, file types, and orientation. Using this page, you get to choose a 7 days free trial or create an account and opt for unlimited downloads of millions of digital assets. Envato also has another project, Envato Market. This page has such digital assets as web themes and templates, plugins and codes, video effects and stock footages, royalty-free music, logos, fonts, and many more. The biggest difference of this project compared to other services is that here you get to pay per each unit you want to download. For instance, they offer logos and presentations starting from $2 or music and audio track from $1. So in this video, we defined what copyright on YouTube really is, what can be banned from the platform, and how to avoid it. And also, we've shared with you some of the best websites for video content makers. We hope this information was helpful for you, and we thank you for your attention. Diana was with you, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. We'll meet you very soon. See ya!